I'm a little late. We're going to get started. The awesome part about these lives and my people out there is that folks really are trying to get better and heal. And I just heard some amazing news tonight that at an in-person event, I think it was victims of domestic violence or something. And by the way, shout out to all the survivors of that. But one of my followers was watching. One of my followers was watching and literally said that, went to the event and literally found out that she brought me up and the people knew who the hell I was. I ain't even mad at that. Shout out. One thing about healing from a toxic person, this is something that I wanted to say earlier. They can't break up with you twice. Yo, once you become healed from a narcissistic person, once you realize that how bad that they treat you, they can't do any more damage. That is top tier amazing that a person can't hurt you like twice, right? Like that's why I'm so big on like once you figure out the ex of yours is a narcissist, you just go ahead and go on about your business. And I'm gonna tell you something. Threats no longer scare you anymore after a narcissist. Well, if you don't do this, that, and the other, I'm gonna leave. Okay. Do you know who I was with before you? It doesn't phase you anymore. You become the abominable empath around this piece. Hey, Miss D. What's going on, family? What's up, Sam? Welcome to the Narcop Live. I told y'all I was going to go live earlier. I said 10 o'clock, but I ended up going a little later. So tonight, we're going to talk about a couple of things. But the first thing I want to just base this conversation in is that they can't hurt you twice. After that first hurt, it's your decision whether you're going to be hurt again or not. They can't do it. They can't do it multiple times. Once you realize that they're willing to take it there, take me through there. Once you realize that they're willing to go there with you and it hurts you that one time, that's like advantage empath. That's advantage you at that point. Because nothing they do from that point on should be able to affect you. At that point where you got hurt, you should be taking inventory of, okay, like you don't re-hurt yourself, right? Now they're going to re-idolize you. Let's not get this confused. They're going to re-idolize you, right? They're going to re-idolize who you are as a person. They're going to re-idolize. They're going to miss you. They're going to try to bring you back to ground zero again. They're going to hoover you. All that stuff is going to happen. And you be a plumb fuck fool if you think that you're going to go back and just do it again. They're foolish off top because they hurt you in the first place. But there is something to be said. And this is for people who are like stage 3, stage 2, stage 1 empaths who have been hurt by a narcissist in the past, right? Like, I'm not talking about the people who are indifferent. Y'all just don't care anyway. I'm talking about the people who want to be a little petty, right? My petty folks, stage 3 folks, stage 3 empaths. You're not a dark empath completely. You're not going to go back to them, but you kind of want war. You want beef, right? So let me satisfy y'all real quick. There is some awesome things about this. And one of the major awesome things about it is they can't blame you anymore. Yeah. One thing I noticed about narcissist and the empath dynamic is more than just the gaslighting. It's a part of the gaslighting. More than just the cheating, right? They can manage to blame you for some of the most ignorant things possible on the planet. Like you'll try to figure out how you became at fault for everything that goes bad in this narcissistic person's life. And there is something sweet about resting in the place where you know, especially when you're still being petty and you're angry and you want them to get their karma. You know, when you've been in no contact long enough where they literally can't blame you for anything. Now, for those of y'all who are still watching The Narcissist, you'll see that they repeat the same patterns within their life. They don't change. So if they were bad with money before you, just because they got with a new supply who maybe has more money than you did, does not mean that they're going to change that. Their collapses, their breakdowns and stuff that they had with you, 7 days of no contact. Well done. Congratulations. Good job, little Lisa. Good job. You can enjoy Vegas and chill out. But, you know, you got a little while to go. Don't break it. They're going to hoover you sometime soon once they realize that you're serious about your no contact. But once you're in no contact for a couple of months, 2 months, 3 months, you still might think about them, right? Let's be realistic. They still might cross your mind. They might be on your mind every single day. Now you know better than to reach out, but there is some solace you could take in the fact that they can't blame you and they're going to repeat the same things. So sometimes these narcissists, because of that dynamic, sometimes these narcissists have collapses because they started a relationship off with a new supply blaming you. They told the flying monkeys and the family members and the toxic people around them in the new supply, it was all your fault, right? So they're glowing and they're moving off your energy and they're moving off of these lies, this exciting new person, not a better person, just a new person. We gotta remember that. But what happens when you just stay in no contact? You might be hurt, you might be in pain. Well, they can't blame you anymore. So they have a crossroads to do. They either find some more drama with the new supply and find a reason to blame them, or they try to bring your name up again. But understand something. If you're the empath that used to be in their life, they want to blame you. They want to blame you. They want to make it your fault. And they pretty much want to get back with you just so they can blame you again. That's right. They want to downgrade you to a side piece to get you back in their life again in some manner, just so they can discard you again. They want to break up with you again. These people are sick. If you think that a hoover from a narcissist is a sign of respect, then you got it twisted. The only way a narcissist can show you any respect is by leaving you alone for good. But when they don't have anybody around them to blame, especially not you, see, remember something. They went hard in the paint to talk you out of your name. You know how much trash and garbage that they brought up during the discard? When they were monkey branching to the new supply, they were making things up. They were doing things so they would have a story to say about what you did to them. If you listen close enough to a smear campaign, if you listen real close, you'll hear what they're doing. They're not the most intelligent people on the planet. They don't have like these creative minds. They might be creators, but they don't have creative minds. They're living in a fantasy world, right? Where they literally will do things, record them, and say you did this to them. So the new supply is pretty much listening to a story about what they actually did with the new supply, but they're labeling it with your name. They want you back. But they want you back for extra manipulation so they can have a charger so they can go ahead and make that relationship with the new supply work. When you're not chasing, when you're not giving them energy, some of y'all think that they just running around here happy as hell with the new supply. Man, these people, some of these people literally will go discard you, go find 5 or 6 more supplies because they need that kind of drama in their life, that kind of chaos in their life to make up for the one person that they miss the most. You, man, sometimes y'all think that these narcissists just be faithful. Like all of a sudden they're just these amazingly faithful people. If you're in no contact the right way, some of y'all don't know this, but that narcissist done replaced you with about 5 or 6 people. If you're in no contact for about 5, 6 months, 7 months, and you're really in no contact where you're not chasing them around, you're not watching their social media, there's a high likelihood that they're on new supply number 2. These people don't like all of a sudden just switch their game up. That's what we need to get out of our brains. They will find multiple supplies so they can keep the game going. And they always do this. This is the auspice, especially a lot of female covert narcissists, but men do it too. I'm in my free phase. I'm outside phase. I got a roster phase, right? Like they go from being in a committed relationship where you were committed and they weren't to, oh, now I'm outside. So now they justify being a hoe, right? With, oh, I'm dating a lot of people. I was just in a serious relationship. No, you're making a lot of people think that you're the only one for them, only to pull the wool over their head. And the whole story arc is based off of you. You think you're not important, but they had to replace you with 5 people. They had to replace you with 3 people. They had to replace you with someone who is low vibrational. If you're in no contact, that's right, man of evolution. If you're in no contact for a long enough time period and you really don't know what's going on, there's a high likelihood that not only has that narcissist met another narcissist, but they are on supply number 2. Right? So what I need for people to understand is that the level of importance that you are to the baseline of the narcissist is at a higher level than you really want to admit to yourself, because most of the time the narcissist is low vibrational and they've lied, they cheated, they've manipulated just so they can get you on their vibrations. And a lot of you people have been living in their vibrations as an empath. That's why you're sick. Empaths can't live in low vibrations. But you've been living in it. Think about how long you've been living in the low vibration phase. Even after the relationship, even when you're not talking to the narcissist, some of y'all are toxic as hell and have toxic ass thoughts. And it's not naturally you. You haven't cleared your brain of the narcissist yet. Low vibrational human beings across the board. And they took you there. That's why you got to be careful with the relationships after a narcissist. You got to be fully healed. But more importantly, you got to understand the respect that you really should have for yourself and what you really brought to the table. They did all of these things to you because they wanted to bring you down to their level. Because let me tell you something. There was a period of time when that narcissist was doing all the dirt behind your back and in front of your face. And you still turned right around and took them back. Now they're looking at you like, I don't trust you. Weird, right? They don't trust you because in their mind, you should be doing what they're doing, causing more drama and giving them more supply. But you're not giving them adequate supply when you're just like, okay, baby, I know you had sex with 3 other people, but hey, let's work on it. They're looking at you like him downstairs from that point on. They're looking at you like, what? They can't understand it. You're not giving them the drama supply. They had to discard you. A lot of people don't realize that. The narcissist had to discard you. It was no choice in the matter. There was nothing that you could do. There was absolutely nothing you could do to stop the discard or the reverse discard from happening. It was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. What a lot of folks don't realize is during that love bomb, the narcissist has already made up their mind about when and how they're going to discard you. They're waiting for the first narcissistic injury. As soon as you hurt their little narcissistic ego, it's over. There's no coming back from that. It's not some, oh, we're going to work on it. You could go to as many couples therapies as possible just so you could get blamed by the therapist for being a narcissist, because the narc then went in there and gaslit the therapist. You remember that part? How many of y'all went into therapy with the narcissist? Yeah, that didn't work out too well, did it? It didn't work out well at all. You left there thinking that you were the narcissist. You left there, the damn therapist gave you homework to do. Well, maybe if you be a little bit more considerate of their feelings, maybe if they weren't gaslighting you, you wouldn't say some shit like that to me, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And who is this individual that walked in here with me? All of a sudden you're doing right. Then you start questioning yourself after a therapy session with a narcissist. You start saying to yourself, wait a minute, so you know how to act right when you want to, but when it comes down to the day-to-day, you just decide that you don't want to? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they can turn it on and off. See, this is how manipulative the narcissist is. They can turn it on and off. And that's what a lot of y'all were waiting for, huh? During that devaluation phase. You're waiting during that devaluation phase for them to turn it back on, because they could have turned it on anytime they wanted to. Man, listen, they could have acted like they were in the love bomb phase the whole time if they really wanted to. But you ain't shit. You got to remember that. As soon as you fell for the manipulation and you allowed them to come back even after they did dirty, and they stretched your boundaries and they tested your boundaries and they took a crap on your boundaries, as soon as you did that, you weren't nothing. Because see, they know they ain't nothing. They know they're trash. They know they're trash. But the thing that they expected out of you was for you to not be trash. And these are all dealing with their abandonment issues, their childhood abandonment issues from 2 to 6 years old, where their emotional maturity matured out at from 2 to 6. That's right. You're dealing with an emotional six-year-old with an adult body and probably got a job and a car. They could have turned it back on for you. And like fools, including me, we all were waiting for them to just have the decency to turn it back on. Now, they only turned it on when they needed something. A place to stay, a couple dollars in their pocket. That's when you'll see these moments. That's when they rewarded you for being a good little empath. Sometimes you even stop questioning all of their movements. You remember that portion? Sometimes you stop questioning any of their movements just so you can get a hit of that validation. A hit of it. A moment of it. You would have taken 30 minutes of niceness and given them 6 more months, wouldn't you have? For those of you who discarded the narcissist, you would have gave it for 5 minutes of more of sweetness, of acting like they were in the love bomb again. You would have gave them 9 more months of trying. But at that point, they were just like, what's the point of that? What is the point of showing you anything that I showed you in the beginning? That would take more effort. I'm getting more out of you by being a complete asshole. I'm getting more out of you by devaluing you and valuing someone else. Cry. Give me more hatred. Give me more whys. Give me more questions. Give me more chase so I can validate the person that I think is better than you right now. You never had a chance. You never had a chance. I say this to you because I want your healing to be a little bit easier. When you realize that that was a setup off top, off rip. That was a setup. That was you being mature in a situation that didn't call for maturity. It called for you exiting stage left. You actually abiding by the red flags that you saw and cutting their ass off immediately. But you can't do that with the narcissist. Because see, for 30 seconds of one day, they could just be nice and show you one little statement that they made during the love bomb, and all of a sudden they got you for a couple more months. You remember the point where you try to sit down and have a conversation with them? You probably even said something to them like, listen, I know you're seeing other people. Let's talk about that. What? You were willing to negotiate with your boundaries to keep the narcissist around. It was not going to work, but I bring this up to let it be a little bit more healing for you. You should be able to heal after you realize what you've already went through. The disrespect already happened. The manipulation already happened. So don't sit there and ruminate day by day, week by week, month by month. You're punishing yourself. You're allowing a discard to happen every day in your head when it already happened. When you should be at the point now of recognizing that, oh no, this toxic person is going to miss me. This toxic person has never apologized. This toxic person can't blame me anymore. You should know that they're collapsing. And rest in that. But you can't. You can't, because you're an empath that's a real human being and has real feelings. And your real feelings, right? Like your real feelings are not narc feelings. Narcs operate off of supply. You operate off of common sense, heart, love, and reciprocity. You never was gonna get that, family. You never was gonna get reciprocity. You'll get a show. You'll get words. You'll definitely get a Hoover. And when that Hoover comes around, oh my God, they're going to say everything that you wanted to. They're going to finally validate you. Oh, imagine how much that's going to soften you up, family. You've been spending months in no contact. You've been just ruminating over the narcissist. You've been living in this fake la-la land that they've created for you, watching their social media, thinking they're so happy. And then you're still quiet, but you're struggling. And then one day they manage to get in contact with you. You don't know how. You never know how. But they manage to get in contact with you. And then they say everything that you wanted them to say. And all of a sudden your guard's down. And all of a sudden you think everything is right. And all of a sudden you're willing to overlook what really happened in order to go ahead and get them to come back to you. Nah, Mo, I don't think y'all can handle it yet. Because a lot of y'all ain't sitting up here living in reality. Do you have enough self-respect to understand that that first breakup, that first discard was the last discard? Or do you want a couple of more? You want a couple more discards? You feeling like you need a couple more discards? You feeling like you need a couple more days of manipulation? You feel, oh, I miss being gaslit. I miss having a partner that was going to be a hope. Damn, I miss that. Damn, I miss that. See, the awesome part about the discard is they cannot break up with you twice. They can't cheat on you twice. They can't do it again. They want to. Man, if they could just go back and forth and then put little time slots so you can see them every 5 seconds. Maybe every other day they can come through and love bomb you and then go back to their new supply and triangulate you all over again. Nah, you got to let them suffer. You got to let them suffer. And the only way that you're really going to let them suffer, family, now I need you to follow me. The only way you're going to really let them suffer is you become indifferent and you don't care. But see, it's hard to get to that place when you're still angry. It's hard to get to that place when you still miss them. It's hard to get to that place when you're still living within their manipulation. And Lord knows we ain't got no time to be living in somebody's manipulation. Matter of fact, what kind of lifestyle is that, fam? What kind of lifestyle is it? What kind of lifestyle when you're dealing with somebody who is supposed to be your partner that is operating in manipulation instead of life? You can't even live life. That's why nothing that you did with a narcissist was successful. Talk about we gonna start a business. We gonna buy a house. We gonna start a family. Really? I bet you know from now on. So somebody done told you MF and lie. You sit up here thinking that your baby daddy's gonna have some kind of, oh, I want to just make sure I'm a good mom and give him time with the kids so that he's good to the children. He's sending messages through the kids about you. He's finding out information about you through the kids. He done weaponized the children, and you're like, oh, well, I just want to make sure that he has time with it. You better figure out a lawyer. You better figure out something finalized. You better get that gray rock for real and stop thinking of this person as a family member. They're not family. That's not an ex-husband. That's an ex-narcissist. Very big difference. That's not an ex-wife. That's an ex-narcissist. Very big difference. Ex-wives, ex-husbands, y'all be having beef with each other. That's fine, but you know that, all right, this person ain't gonna do nothing to manipulate the children or nothing like that to try to get back with me. We have our boundaries. We're done. That's ex-spouses. Ex-narcissists, everything is a battle. Everything is a manipulation. Every single thing that they do is something that is trying to suck something up out of you. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with yourself. Stop thinking that, and this is for the baby mamas and baby daddies, narcissists, the ex-husbands, the ones that got kids. If you don't have no kids with your narcissist, let me tell you something. What are you doing? What are you doing? You are blessed enough to not, and see what you're going to mess around and do is have a kid with that narcissist after y'all done broke up. That's what you're going to mess around and do. Y'all done broke up and that narc done hoovered you and now you knocked up, stressed out, gray hairs, hair falling out, losing weight. You know what I mean? You need to take extra prenatal pills and stuff like that because this person is stressing you out and you ain't getting the right amount of nutrients to your kid. Man, being pregnant by a narcissist gotta suck. And for those of you who were, I'm so sorry. Hope your kid doesn't have a tick or a lisp or something. I hope that kid is not being raised to be a narcissist. I hope you have a conversation with that kid about what narcissism is. Unlike the 1990s and 80s where actually the 90s and 80s, people actually, talked real about things. But I think we need to add that to the plate of birds, bees, narcissists. Yeah. The birds and the bees make the babies and the narcissists make it crazy. I think there needs to be federal law. I work in politics. I can literally try to call some people and figure out where they are on putting that narcissistic earmark in the law for the next war that they're trying to fund. What I'm saying is very simple, man. It was over with and you're not going to have a chance to do it. You've identified this person. Don't let them break up with you once or twice again. Like, don't let them manipulate you again. You got your freedom papers, man. I know my ancestors, once they got up off that plantation, they weren't planning on going back. Now, they had to get stuck as a sharecropper, unfortunately. But you ain't got to be no sharecropper. You can actually get your freedom. Go to Canada. Start a whiskey distillery or something like that. Do something different besides falling for any manipulation from the person that wants to manipulate you. You've seen it before. How do I have to knock this through your head? The awesome part about it is they can't blame you no more. They can't manipulate you no more. They can't take another person outside of yourself and validate that person on your name anymore. That's bigger than you think. That's way bigger than a lot of y'all understand. You're not rocking with the narc out, man. I am nowhere close to finish, but do me a favor. If you're interested in a one-on-one, please inbox me here on this app, or you can go and email me at thenarcop@gmail.com. Send me a gift if you like anything that I'm saying right now, man. Make sure y'all rock with me. I am not like a hard person to please on my end, right? You know what I mean? And please follow me. Do that. You see that daily heart me thing? Hit one of those things, man. Keep tapping the screen. If you don't mind, y'all don't go anywhere. I'm taking a 2-minute break. Be right back. And also, if you leave, you might want to come back because I got a lot more for you. Hold on one second. Round two. Round two. You know the terminology that we use in narcissistic abuse and about narcissists when we call them supplies. Supplies, right? The narcissist is looking for supply. And this hit me today as I thought about how we identify narcissists. But then I always immediately go over to how we identify ourselves. And let me tell you something. Stop identifying as the old supply. No. Start identifying yourself as a human, a person, a empath. Because you're more than a supply source. To the narcissist, if we are basing it off of their world, and if we're basing our conversations off of what they do, then yes, you are supply. But then that inherently means that we're centering the narcissist. I ain't no damn supply source. You're not either. A goddamn fully functional human being that loves himself and does good things on this planet and doesn't have to manipulate anyone that I love to continuously get love. I'm an empath. I'm a super dark empath, Silky. In comparison to what the narcissist does. So if you are centering the narcissist, then you call yourself the supply. The old supply. The grade A supply. Right? I get it. That's the terminology used. But we got to change our mindset, especially while you're healing. Every single thing, every bit of this counts. You're not just a supply source. You are a whole human being that doesn't need manipulation or outside validation to make yourself feel good. And by the way, you don't need outside validation. And that includes the narcissist. Some of you are wondering right now when you go and you look at their social media and you go and you might be chasing them, or you might have chased after them, or you might try to figure out what they did and why they did and how they did what they did to you. All that is you seeking validation. And you don't naturally have that in you. You know where you got that trait from? That narcissist that you were dealing with. That narcissist had you trained, family. That narcissist had you trained on what they need. They had you operating like them. That's why you were chasing so hard. That's why you ignored your disrespect. You ignored your disrespect because the narcissists organically don't have respect for themselves, right? So they don't have respect for anything. Therefore, they're training you to not have respect for anything either, including, most importantly, yourself. I don't think you feel me. I don't think you understand what I'm saying right now. All right. Let me explain it again so you can really feel what I'm saying. The narcissist really has a low character and low vibrations, right? You don't organically have low vibrations. So in order to even the playing field so the narcissist won't feel like they're dealing with somebody that's above them, they have to bring you down to their level. So they were doing different manipulative things to you to make sure that you got back down to their level. Going ghost on you. And then only when you capitulated to their crazy ass whims, then they will come back. That's training you. You got trained to receive validation from a person who is low vibrational. So when you wonder, well, why? I know this person did the worst things in the world to me. Why do I still care? Because your brain hasn't broken that trauma bond that they trained you to have. They needed you to chase. That was a part of the whole thing. They needed you to feel the way that you felt. That was a part of the whole manipulation tactic. They had to bring you down. Listen, my narc brought me down. When I talk, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm talking from experience and also coaching. Like, my narc brought me down to a person that did not deserve to have me in their life in the first place. Most of y'all were a level up for the narcissist. They don't go after whack people. They don't make them whack people number one. So when you were chasing after the discard, I mean, still like chasing after they did the big one on you. That wasn't an organic trait that you had from birth. Somewhere along the line, somebody taught you how to respect yourself and do things for your safety. You know, the famous, don't put your hand on a hot red eye or you might burn yourself. The narcissist, they look like candy and they'll put their hand on the eye. You're like, nah, mom told me not to do that. Might be safe for me not to do that. It's the same thing with the narcissistic person that was involved in your life. So the chasing and the wondering and the sadness and the rumination, it really does come from a place, not only just separating your physical brain from that situation, but that narcissist taught you, made you like that. You defeat a narcissist by not existing in that vibration. By like coming back to reality. Inbox me, Duran. Please feel free to inbox me during or after. You can leave me a message. Yeah, we can set up a one-on-one anytime. But the biggest part about this that you guys need to understand is this is not real. Nothing about that shit was real. You think, even if it felt real, even if it looked real, even if the pictures that you haven't deleted from your phone yet feels real, it was never real. You can't tell me that cheating on someone, manipulating someone who's done nothing but taking care of a person, who's done nothing but showed a person love in their hardest times, saved their friends and their families. You can't tell me that you think that was real. No, it was fake. So ruminating over something that ain't real means you're still existing in an unreal life right now, after it's over with. You are letting these people break up with you and manipulate you again, and they ain't even nowhere around you. What's up, Mir? Y'all need to go follow Mir. Mir, the chosen one. He's amazing. He's a good content creator and a self-aware narcissist. He's dope. You're allowing. Follow me now. You're allowing in the present tense, the past tense that wasn't real. How much have you been manipulated? When you let a fake story become your new reality after the situation is completely over with. You got to start level setting your brain and start looking at exactly what you're doing right now. Have you stopped during no contact while you're ruminating? Have you ever stopped and just said, what the hell am I doing right now? What am I doing? Nah, sis. Nah, bruh. Nah, non-gender conforming family member. We don't do that. We don't allow these thoughts of a fake situation to become our new reality and stop us from living life. What? When is it going to be that moment for you when you literally just look around and be like, what am I doing? Ugh. I'm being a goofy. I'm being a lame, because you are being a lame when you're ruminating over a narcissist. And quiet as kept, you still want that narcissist when you're ruminating and you're not working your way out of it. Don't let me be the person that's giving you be the bearer of bad news, but you still want the narcissist if you're ruminating too much. You do. You do. You do. That's when you're the most vulnerable. That's when you're looking for that easement, for that moment of that moment of clarity, when you get your validation finally, when the narcissist comes and hoovers you again and they say all the right words. You ain't prepared yourself, what they say, and put on the armor of the Lord. You haven't prepared yourself to put on the armor of your discernment. That's an armor. You haven't prepared yourself to put on your armor of, most importantly, just not caring. Indifference. Your armor of indifference is going to be and I know why it's so hard, because as an empath, you organically can't be, you don't understand indifference. You can't be indifferent. You spent your whole life taking care of people. You probably spent your whole life giving people money. You probably spent your whole life cooking people food. You probably spent your whole life doing everything for everybody. And that narcissist saw that and took advantage of it. And now you're still in that zone where you can't become indifferent because you gotta fix some shit. Where you're trying to fix something that has nothing to do with reality in your brain. And you're over there in your own world in this battlefield of your life by yourself. Well, I'm here, and there's other empaths that are here, but I'm here to tell you that this is on you. This is on you. No one can come in and fix this situation with you and your rumination over a situation that happened to you in the past that wasn't real. It takes a brick up against your head for you to realize, no, you know what? This ain't real. One of the best moments I ever had in my life was when I looked around this house that I'm in right now. I looked around and I said to myself, yeah, nah, this ain't it. Yeah, nah, this ain't it. Whatever I'm doing right now, that's not going, I can't continue to do that. This ain't real. Because see, in real life, I'm a good looking man that takes care of people and makes a little money and does his thing and has friends, has a mama that loves him, has family that loves him. That's my real life. And in narc world, I was this abusive, manipulated, stalking ex that was always trying to cheat on her and had a woman on the side. And like that was the world that I allowed her to maintain in my brain. But in reality, I'm not that. I am this dope dude. Don't be living in their world. Don't live in that false reality that they made out for you to be. Because it's not real. That's right, Mo. It's a spell. But I don't even think they have a skill set for a spell. It's their organic manipulationship. Like they're organically like that. They're organically conniving. They're organically scheming. The only thing that they got about them that's human is their blood and their bones and their skin. Everything else is a manipulation bandit. So why fall for the trick afterward, family? You tell me in the comment. Did you fall for it? Did you fall for the Hoover? I fell for the Hoover. And one day, just like me, just like everybody else who's gotten over it, one day, you're just going to look around the room and you're going to be like, what am I doing? Nah, this ain't. I'm tired of thinking about this person. That's not real. Like, listen, you gotta go no contact long enough to start getting bored with that day-to-day basis of ruminating. Like, that's weird energy, and you know you shouldn't be there. And it's just gonna hit you like a bag of bricks one day. I promise you it will. But you gotta be very intentional in working your way there. That means you gotta fake it till you make it. That means, yes, you wanna go look on their social media, but you don't. But you're acting like you don't, but you really do. But you don't. You know you want to call the narcissist, but you won't until you get used to not calling the narcissist. Until that day comes where it's like, I see no need for me to do that. Because you know what's coming. You start treating your emotions like you do a seatbelt on a highway that's in a Colorado mountain where you know that if you fall off the cliff, you could end up taking yourself out forever. You start treating your emotions like something that needs to be protected instead of something that you can risk just for the moment of being gratitude and satisfied from a narcissist being in your life. If you feel what I'm saying, man, make sure y'all hit that follow button up there. Do one of those things right there. I will freestyle rap. I told y'all that I'll freestyle rap if I get one of those things. It is what it is. I hope y'all are enjoying me. I'm Marcus, the Narc Op. You can follow me on Marcus Farrell Live right here or the Narcop page. I am on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Marcus for America Political, and also the Narcop on every single channel possible. Make sure y'all follow me. I have long form content on YouTube, so longer than this right here. And then for the most part, each one of my lives, I end up posting it on YouTube. So if y'all want to go over there and check out a live again, please feel free to do so. So yeah, send me a gift if you like what I'm saying, or leave me a hashtag FYP in the comment section, so we can get this out and build a community and become a part of my community, man. Become a part of my community. Ain't nothing wrong with being a part of my community. You know what I mean? I rock with y'all. Y'all rock with me. We will always be. I got your back, and other people in this room got your back. Now let's get into it. Whoever that narcissist is right now is the same person, the same exact person that they were when you were with them. It is. You forgot that they were probably doing the same thing they're doing to you, to somebody else when y'all first got together. You felt like a hero for a second, didn't you? The difference is you're a real empath. They can't repeat the same actions after a real empath. Two things are going to happen for that new supply after an empath that is guaranteed and universal. After a real empath, the narcissist is going to love bomb the new supply way harder than you ever got it. Way harder. You're going to think that they found Jesus, the love doctor, Jesus, dressed in a Burberry, Louis Vuitton, smelling like gold, and perfect relationship. Thank you, amazing. I appreciate that. That's the first thing that they're going to experience. The next thing that new supply is going to experience is the crash out of all time. The new supply is going to get that crash out that you thought was bad for you. Nah, bruh. Nah. That discard from the new supply is going to be terrible. And it's going to be terrible because of you. Man, the whole relationship was based off of you anyway. Like the whole new supply relationship, it was sexy, it was cool, it was fun because it was behind your back. Think about how much effort and work it took for that narcissist to groom somebody while you're chasing them around trying to fix a relationship. That wasn't easy. You were over the baseline for them. Now they over there dressing like you. They're over there talking like you. All right? And if you went no contact long enough, now they're treating the new supply like you, but still got you in their mind while the new supply is getting love bombed. You feel me? The new supply is getting love bombed. The new supply is getting love bombed. The new supply is getting devalued. And let me tell you something, quiet as kept, you getting revalued. You're getting revalued, folks. It's going to happen. You're going to be the golden X at some point. Now, this narcissist, remember something. They done said so much about you that they can't just come out and say, hey, I miss you. Hey, I'm sorry. No, they had a point to prove when they got with the new supply. You remember that? All that stuff that they said? They had a point to prove. They were going hard on your name. He ain't shit. She ain't nothing. She lazy. He got problems. He's manipulative. He's a stalker. I'm a stalker because you literally stole my stuff, and I'm trying to figure out if you gave it to the new supplier or not. By the way, your stuff is gone. You're never getting your stuff back from the narcissist, and you don't want it back. Just move on. No more stuff. Stuff is gone. Narcissist, give it to the new supply. Your supply, like, just let it go. But that narcissist is over there with the new supply. Go long, no contact long enough. They don't change their ways. Now, I want you to understand this. If you know your narcissist done ran through the first supply and now they're on their second supply, you know how much you had to do with that spiritually? This person is trying their hardest to replace you with any old anybody. And they'll never find it. That's not me trying to make you feel good. It's just you have organic supply that they got used to, that they built themselves up off of. Let me tell you something. If you think you're not an attractive person, your personality attracted 2, 3, 4 people. It was stolen. It wasn't theirs, but it damn sure used it and weaponized it and found them somebody else. Who you are as a person. Yeah, they stole your stuff. They can't help it. Narcs are thieves. Narcs are thieves. They will take your stuff. They'll take your energy. They'll use you like you ain't nothing. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. In every single one of these moves, they're going to regret it because when they don't have it anymore, understand something. Karma is more scientific than it is anything else. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all think karma is all about like hugging trees and spirit babies and sky daddies and stuff like that. Nah, karma is scientific. You did X, Y, and Z, right? They neglected X, Y, and Z, but still had it. Meaning that X, Y, and Z was a part of their normal day-to-day life that they did not acknowledge, but they had, and they did not appreciate. So X, Y, and Z is what they ran over to the new supplies with. The science of it is very simple. You are no longer there to provide X, Y, and Z. Now, not only did they get used to X, Y, and Z, that was their baseline lifestyle. You want to know where the collapse comes from? Am I making sense yet? You want to know where the karma comes from? Does it make sense yet? So now the baseline stuff, they're trying to piecemeal new relationships to just get their baseline good. These whole ass narcissists have no earthly idea that they needed you so much. That's where the karma lies. I'm not doing stand-up for another 6 months, man. I got some other things going on. But I will eventually. I might even do a stand-up set on here. But that's not right now. So karma's scientific. Karma's scientific. Karma's more scientific than it is spiritual. Because you gave them things that are no longer there. And now they have to, man, listen. And then when they're looking for supply, they become so toxic, right? Like, okay, this person I'm with right now, he might give me a little money, but he doesn't pop my toe the right way. I need to find somebody to pop my toe. So I got to go and cheat on this person to go find somebody else that's going to do that. And then find somebody else that's going to do this. And then find somebody else that's going to do that. And then, like, that's fucking chaos. Like, chaos. Absolute chaos. Who? All right. Are you a fan of chaos? Right? Matter of fact, I'm going to ask everybody who's watching me to do this right here. In the comment section right now, tell me how many months or years or days did you deal with chaos? I'll start. 2.5 years of chaos. On vacation, at my dad's funeral, in the house, unknown. Sometimes the chaos is a new supply. Sometimes the chaos is the narcissist. Sometimes the chaos is you going to jail. Sometimes the chaos is just never a moment of peace with these people. Oh, yeah, they love to act the ass on vacation. Too much happiness. Now, you see all these 4 months, not 1 day, not 10 days, 10 months, 6 years, 25 years. Damn, Miss D, I'm sorry, baby. 7 years, 13 years of chaos. You don't even know what the fuck peace looks like. How can you be peaceful right now? You still have vibrations of that much chaos. So a peaceful day is going to seem so boring to you. That's why no contact is so hard. Because your brain hasn't regulated to peace yet. Peace feels like punishment after 24 years of chaos. You wake up one morning and you just Go and cook you some breakfast and you do some stretches, maybe some yoga, you take a walk, you hug a tree, you drink some coffee, you get ready to go to work. You think something is wrong. You're like, wait a minute. Wait. I did all this and I didn't hear a phone call from somebody else at 2 o'clock in the morning. I did all this and nobody's yelling at me about anything. I did all this. You don't know what peace is like yet. Have you fully embraced peace? Peace is weird. Peace is strange to you right now. You got to embrace it. You got to embrace the dark night of the soul. These are things that you need to look forward to because it's the only way that you're going to actually be able to get to the level of indifference. And let me tell you what indifference does to a narcissist. A chaos demon. A person who was used to manipulating you in every single aspect possible. First off, indifference looks good on you, and peace looks amazing on you. Your skin is healthy, you're smiling. But let me tell you what indifference does. Indifference causes narcissistic collapses, no matter how many relationships in the future. They gotta act like you're dead, or they gotta act like you're off the planet, or they're gonna be like off the planet. Understand that. They don't want to know about your indifference because they spend a lot of time manipulating you for your supply. They spend a lot of time in that. You're looking at the relationship as if they were a normal human being, right? So in time, normally, normal human beings will forget about you and move on to another person and just exist in that. But you are grade A supply to them. So they can't exist without knowing that they have some kind of tie to you. Understand something. You remember that roster they had before you? You're supposed to be right up there at the top of the list. You were supposed to be right there at the top of their roster. Now, when you start, not only just pull yourself off the shelf, but then just not give a damn. And I'm talking about really not give a damn. Like, really not give a damn. And let me tell you something. They gonna do something so they know that you care. They gonna try to test you at least one time to figure out if you care or not. They gonna post some subliminal message online. They gonna come by your house. They gonna show up to a place with somebody that they seeing. They gonna do something to test if I still got it. And you let that shit roll off your back. Like it ain't nothing. You let that moment of time just float on away like, oh yeah, okay. You know, you chilling in your favorite bar, you drinking your favorite drink, and all of a sudden the narcissist has been coming there every goddamn night for the past 4 years waiting for you to show up. And the narcissists pull up at your favorite spot with the new supply and they hug you and love you and want to sit on the same side of the bar as you. And you're just like, all right. What'd you put in this drink? Pretty good. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you act like they ain't even there, and you're not emotionally disturbed because you're organically not emotionally disturbed and you know exactly what's going on. That will cause a collapse. When you become so indifferent where they could call you literally and say, hey, how you doing? I got married. And you like, oh, yeah, good. What's up? No, not blocked. No, not, why you calling me? No attitude, no nothing. Just like, hey, well, how'd you get my number? I thought I blocked you. When you're really indifferent, I mean, to the point where they can show up at your door and you're just like, that's weird. No emotions. No emotions whatsoever. That's when you become real indifferent. And that's when you really unplug the power source. That's where I want you guys to be. For the people who are watching the Narcop right now on this Sunday night, that's where I want you to be. That's the kind of indifference I want you to have. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get there anytime soon. But what I am saying is, because some of you guys, I get it. You got to block the narcissist. You gotta get them off of all your social media, right? Like, they're gonna have an effect on you. But where I really want you to be is if they showed up at your house right now and you just look at them like him downstairs. What the fuck? That's weird. When you see their best friend at the grocery store and they're telling you all about the new baby, and you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. They never use protection. They should have babies. Now, do you know what aisle I can find ketchup on? Like, when you're more concerned about the Spurs and what score they have rather than what the narcissist is doing, that's where I want you at. That's where you need to be aiming for, where not only you don't have an urge to see them, but they become like a person that you just saw at a gas station pumping gas 3 weeks ago, and they had on like some dope shoes at one point. You just like, oh yeah, those were nice Jordans. But you don't know their name. You really don't even remember their face. You just remember the experience. And you let that experience turn into your discernment. And you let that discernment dictate how you move for the rest of your life. And you become indifferent, not because you were out of hate, out of spite. You become indifferent because it's just like, I just don't care. I just don't care. You mean they having a baby? Like even the baby mamas and the baby daddies, right? Even y'all who got the kids with the narcissist. I just don't care. Mommy, daddy has a new girlfriend and she said that she's better than you. Oh, she might be. She might be, son. No, you want some spaghetti tonight? So when that narcissist goes back, did you tell him? Did you tell your mama what I said? Did you tell your mama what I did? Did you tell her? Did you say that the new girlfriend is better? Yeah, and she said, she asked me if I wanted meatballs and spaghetti. What? Yeah, the only thing she said was if I wanted meatballs. That's how indifferent you need to be. Believe it or not, the people who have children with the narcissist, y'all do get to do something that the people who don't have children with the narcissist get. When y'all become indifferent and you've been gray rocking the narcissist, not giving them any attention, being, as Tracy just said, unbothered. You know the difference that y'all get to do? Y'all get to watch the narcissistic collapse for the rest of their life, at least until they're 18. You get to watch it because you don't care. You're just watching them. And nothing that they do moves you. You know, here's the thing about narcissists, folks, especially the ones with baby mamas and baby daddies, ex-husbands, and y'all got kids together, ex-wives. You know what's coming. If you weren't so emotionally tied to the person, thinking that y'all were going to have some kind of family and trying to do it on behalf of the kids, no, they ain't doing nothing on behalf of no kids. You make sure them kids is fed. You make sure them kids got clothes. You make sure them kids is going to school. But outside of that, all that, I want to make sure that he spends time with her. No, he doesn't. The only thing that they're going to do is try to manipulate you. That's it. Ain't no family. Ain't no moving forward. I have not heard one healthy situation with a narcissistic pops or a narcissistic mom. Fellas, that narcissistic baby mama of yours is going to put you in jail before you have a happy day. Get you a lawyer. Dropkick Mia, he told me motherhood would cure my unhappiness. Nah, he just wanted to lock you in for life. Left that thing in there and try to see if he could have one. Nah, don't believe that. Like, first off, a narcissist doesn't care about your unhappiness. A narcissist doesn't care about your happiness. A narcissist cares if you're giving them what they want. The most absolute selfish human beings not even humans, the most selfish entity on the earth. So when they say to you, hey, did you have a happy birthday? If they say to you, Merry Christmas, you do have the right with a narcissist to be like, you don't mean that. Those are just words. You're just shuffling words out of your mouth. Merry Christmas. You don't care if my Christmas is merry or not. You don't even care if Christ was born on this day or not. You just want to say something to me right now. Happy birthday. You don't want me to have a happy birthday? Matter of fact, you haven't talked to me in 7 months, but now you're going to call me on my birthday? You don't want a happy birthday? These people are not real. And you should know them to a point where you know what to expect out of a narcissist. At some point, you're going to know what your narcissist is going to post next. Believe it or not. I know that sounds crazy. At some point, you're going to know exactly. At some point, you're going to know exactly what your narcissist is about to post. You just feel it in the universe. Oh, it's been a while. No, okay. I know I shouldn't be watching, but I'm probably going to say something about the new supply today. Right? Like, they're so predictable. That's what I'm getting at. Especially for the baby mamas and baby daddies out here. The narcissist is predictable. Why you get so emotionally tied up with a narcissistic baby mama or baby daddy is still psychotic to me. Because they're predictable. They know exactly what they're going to do. You should know what's coming with the narcissist. Even the folks that don't have kids, y'all should know what's next. There's enough videos out here, being the 300th video that you watched today and the third live that you watched on it today. There's enough people talking about it where you can actually schedule what the narcissist is doing next. They are all the same. I hate to be like this, but everybody I coach have not told me a pretty different story. Even the ones that apologize. I'm sorry, but they're all the same. They're all the same. You're not rocking with the Narcop, man. I'm getting off of here at 12 o'clock. I'm on Atlanta time, which could be demon time as long as it's not a narcissistic demon time. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you like what I said tonight, please leave me a gift. Somebody help me reach my goal up there, right? And also follow me. I appreciate everybody for joining me. He tried to reach out to my son. He made an excuse and never called him back. Right, because he doesn't care about your son. He cares about access to you. Matter of fact, the son was the point of having access to you. I don't understand what y'all don't understand about this right here, right? So when they all of a sudden you remember when we went to this place together and this, that, and the other, and you're like, oh yeah, shut your ass up. Stop falling for the okie doke. Deron, I be feeling like the narcissist a lot of the time. Listen, every human being has narcissistic traits. I guess the DSM-5 says you need to have 5 out of 9. But here's the difference. When you're dealing with a narcissist, they can pass their traits along to you. You've been operating in their chaos, fam. Yes, you're going to mimic them because they mimic you. That shit spreads. You do narcissistic shit. You're not even ready to have a decent conversation with somebody new. Think about it for a second. You've been with a narcissist for 7 months, a year, 7 years, and all of a sudden you start dating somebody else, right? You start dating another person, and that person has a phone call and says, hey, I got to get up and take this. The first thing you doing to that new person is being like, oh, you trifling bitch. No, they really had a work call. But you're not used to that. So you can feel like a narcissist. There's going to be a lot. That's why you have to completely heal when you get to the place where you need to be. It's that simple. It's that simple. If you're interested in a one-on-one, man, please feel free to inbox me on this app or email thenarcop@gmail.com. That's 2 P's. Send me a gift. I like gifts. I like being appreciated and being loved. I had a narcissist, so show me love. Wait a minute. Dropkick said me and my son is 36. Wow. That's more than just the Hoover. that's a black hole. Wow. Right. Point proven. Right? Let me tell you something. None of you guys are safe from a Hoover for the rest of your life. You dealt with a narcissist, and you were the best supply that they ever had. If you think they're just going to let that walk away into the sunset, they can't walk away into the sunset. They thought they were going to walk away into the sunset like a love story movie with a new supply. Lack of foresight, acting like you, being an empath to everybody else except you, who do you think they're going to attract? They're going to attract another narcissist. And that narcissist might even be better than your narcissist was to you. And treat that narc the same way that you got treated from the narcissist. They're going to get their karma. They're going to get their karma. They always do. Some people ain't having that. You can be a fly on the wall in some of them relationships where they taking pictures right after you. All of a sudden, they find out 3 months later that this person is a toxic abuser and putting their head through a wall or something like that. You don't know. Thank you, Taffy. You don't know what they got going on over there. I don't know why some of y'all think that they just walk off into the sunset and they've changed the ways for you. When you pull your energy back, they baseline again. And now they don't have a real strong supply to build off of because they were dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person. And the reason why I can say that is because of one reason and one reason alone. Who dates somebody who talks crap about their partner and then expects their relationship to go great once they got that person away from the partner that they were talking about? If that ain't low vibrational, then what is? What is? Oh, they're going to get their person. They're going to get their person. They might find a person that is a complete doormat, but they got a low boredom threshold, and doormats are boring. They're going to cheat on that doormat. It's a toxic lifestyle. They're never going to be satisfied. It takes years of therapy. It takes real therapy for a narcissist to not be a narcissist towards people. And a narcissist has to check themselves all the time if they're really trying to heal. Something that your narcissist is not going to be willing to do. A narcissist has to check themselves. Like, check this out. Imagine this life right here. Wake up in the morning. See your partner. Oh, let me not be a narcissist right now. Good morning. Go to the bathroom. Ooh, I left my phone on the charger, but that's okay. Brush my teeth. I'm not a narcissist yet. Cook breakfast. Let me compliment them. They have to think like that. They have to go through every moment of the day trying to control their narcissistic tendencies in order to not be a narcissist and not hurt somebody. That's an all-day thing. Eventually it becomes easier for them, but that's an all-day thing. So what makes you think that that narcissist is not doing any of that crap? They haven't gotten no damn therapy. They haven't done anything to change what they do. The narcissist is over there repeating the same issues, but worse because they don't have a solid supply to stand on like you. You know what? I'm talking about me for a second. I might not be the richest man in the world. I'm definitely not the poorest. I might not be the best looking man. I'm definitely not ugly. I might not have all the, I own my own house though. I'm happy about that. Actually, I'm dope, right? But I will say this. My narc lost me. And I was the go-getter for that woman. They'll lose you. And it had to happen. This is how I look at it now. It had to happen because I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm cool on it. I'm good. Because I know what I bring to the table. My happiness is based in my self-respect. My self-respect is based in what my ancestors put in my DNA to recognize that I'm already a person that's already targeted in this country. Guess what? I don't need a narcissist trying to do it either. And I've survived all that. I can survive a narc. And it's not going to stop me. And it's not going to stop you either. Find those things about yourself that makes you special, that makes you different. You forgot about them. I swear to God, you forgot about them. You had to forget about them. The narcissist wanted you to forget. Because if you knew how special you were, you would have cut their ass off a long time ago. Now I'm going to ask you another question. Why are you ruminating? What are you ruminating over when you're the shit? Rest in the fact that they fumbled the bag. I need y'all to tap that screen and hit that like button for me. Keep hitting the screen for me. Rest in the fact that they lost the bag. And it's okay. It's okay. Matter of fact, if you're still rocking with me right now, do me a favor. Type in the comment section, they lost a bag. Just type it. If you don't believe it, just type it one time. Just say it to yourself. They lost the bag because they did, man. They always do. They're like a series of unfortunate events. They're consistently a series of unfortunate events. And if you're not looking at that relationship like God had to put that relationship on your head, the universe had to give you the narcissist because you wouldn't realize your value without it. You wouldn't have any boundaries without it. I bet you can say no now. I bet you can say no now. I promise you can say no now. They lost the bag. They lost the bag. You used to not be able to say no to anybody. Now it's like a skill set. You be weaponizing it sometimes. Sir, would you like for me to bag your groceries? No. I was just trying to help. No. Ma'am, can I get your phone number? Nope. You're cute too, but no. Just feel like saying no. No. Nah. Luckily, I don't go off and get phone numbers anymore. I don't even ask. I ain't even trying. If you ain't trying to get with me, I ain't even trying. I'm that valuable now. Yes, I'm that dude now. Oh, yeah, you got some game? No, I don't have no game. You better tell me you like me. Because reach out. You know what this is? No. No is an art form. No is the most exquisite, powerful one word that you can say. You know what I mean? Anyway, this has been the Narcop. Man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me tonight, man. I really do. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. Please follow me if you have not followed me yet. I don't know why you're not following me. You should follow me. Don't be window shopping. You know, do the daily heart me. You know what I'm talking about? Happy Monday. Happy week. For those of you on the West Coast, I'm in the future. I'm telling you, your week is going to be good. Share this out. Tell people about my channel. Y'all go on my channel and just like one of my posts right now too. That'd be awesome. If you're interested in the one-on-one, inbox me at thenarcop@gmail.com. I'll be on again tomorrow night at some point. Stay narcissist free. Peace.